Good day, fellow classmates, and good day, Mr. Image. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to present to you Customs of the Tagalogs by Fray Juan de Plecencia. Analysis. Based on the readings about the social classes among the Tagalogs written by Fray Juan de Plecencia, we have answered the questions regarding about its content, citation, context, connection, communication, and conclusions. Let's start with citation. Background of the author. Born to the illustrious family of Portocarreros in Plasencia, in the region of Extremadura, Spain, in the early 16th century, he was one of the 7 children of Pedro Portocarrero, a captain of a Spanish schooner. Fray Juan de Portocarrero del Convent de Villanueva de la Serena was his real name. Juan de Plasencia grew up during the period known as the Siglo de Oro, a golden age when arts and literature flourished in many parts of Spain. Arrival in the Philippines. Fray Juan de Plasencia came together with the first batch of Franciscan missionaries in the Philippines. Arrived at a port in Cavite, a few kilometers south of Manila, on the 2nd of July, 1578. Now with the content. Historical background of the document. These are the social classes. The Datu, nobles, commoners, slaves. Let's start with the Datu. Chief, captain of wars whom governed, obeyed, and reverenced. Secondly, nobles or maharlika. Freeborn, they do not pay taxes or tribute to the Datu, but must accompany him in war at their own expense. Next are the commoners aliping namamahay. They live in their own houses and lords of their property and gold. Lastly, slaves, aliping sanggiguler. They serve their master in his house and his cultivated lands and can be sold. Now, what is the main idea? Customs of the Tagalogs, just like any other colonial text written during the Spanish colonial period, was intentionally made to provide an exoticized description of the Tagalog natives, clearly fed by politics and propaganda, and operated with a Western outsider's gaze that will be appealing to them. Context. What is going on when the source is created? Juan de Plasencia wrote the Customs of Tagalogs to promote the understanding of both the Spanish language among the natives and the local language among the missionaries, to facilitate the task of spreading Christianity. He acknowledged at an early stage the need of mastering the language of the natives in order to facilitate evangelization, and in a letter to the King of Spain, dated June 18, 1585, he mentioned some of his work to that effect. Connection. What is your prior knowledge and your newly acquired knowledge? Our prior knowledge is that we have been colonized by the Spaniards way back hundreds of years ago, and my acquired knowledge is that people at the time were categorized into hierarchies. Communication. Is the source reliable? The source written by Father Juan de Plasencia, entitled Customs of the Tagalog, is reliable. It depicts the pre-colonial background of the Filipinos. Furthermore, Plasencia spent most of his missionary life in the Philippines. He even stated that the native Filipinos once had their chiefs called Datu, who governed them. Plasencia was also the author of the first book printed in the Philippines, which is Doctrina Christiana, or the Christian Doctrine. Graphic Organizer. Next here is the table with necessary details based on the customs of the Tagalog by Father Juan de Plasencia and native races and their custom by Fray Francisco Collin. Conclusion. How does the source contribute to your understanding of the past? To avoid discussing the conflicting reports of the natives through a knowledgeable monitoring to obtain truthfulness, this topic is important for determining how the Spaniards will govern the Filipinos during the Spanish era. Although it has lesser value in the modern world right now, it is still important for us to trace the roots of who we are in the past.